It's the battle of the Republicans.
Nikki Haley, I know her well.
What to expect for tonight's one-on-one race between Trump and Haley. Looking into infant health.
Now you don't know what your child's life is going to look like.
And how to reduce the risk of their leading cause of death. And a technological debate in the classroom.
Ultimately is going to support our students and our staff.
With regards to artificial intelligence in one state. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak. Hello, South Florida. I'm Kenneth Bueno.
I'm Aisha Ambrister. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Decision day in the 2024 election's first primary state. After Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced the suspension of his presidential campaign, he became the most recent exit of the GOP race.
And then there were two. Former President Donald Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley are the only ones that remain in the bout for the New Hampshire primary.
Thank you, New Hampshire. Thank you.
While the number of competitors in the GOP race cools down, the tensions between Trump and Haley are only heating up. Trump aims to keep his lead aloft by firing shots at Haley throughout the trail as each campaign heads up north to New Hampshire.
He's made an unholy alliance with the rhinos, the never-Trumpers, Americans for no prosperity, globalists, the radical left communists, and they want to get liberals and Biden supporters.
On the other side, Haley looks to pick up momentum after a January 19th CNN poll showed that she held 39% of favorable vote ratings, 11% behind Trump. She will hold 5 campaign events in the state.
It's going to be me. And I know y'all want to talk about it like it's still him. 70% of Americans don't want to see a Trump-Biden rematch.
But according to former U.S. Senator Judd Gregg, New Hampshire is set to immensely turn up the intensity for primary voting, one that could favor Haley in the race.
This election is going to have the highest turnout in a Republican primary ever. And I tend to think that that bodes well for Governor Haley.
Both candidates will square off today for the primary spot in a contentious fight for the Granite State's decision on who gets to represent the GOP.
A group of more than 30 major media organizations, including CNN, is asking a judge to unseal information. In court filings yesterday, the Press Coalition emphasized the need for public confidence in the trial process. The coalition is demanding the release of potential witnesses' names, causing disagreement between Trump's lawyers and the special counsels of office. The trial begins on May 20th.
Managers of the Miami Seaquarium are reeling this morning after a letter from the county. Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava wrote a letter to Eduardo Albor, president of the Dolphin Company, expressing concern over the conditions animals lived in at the Seaquarium. Levine Cava was pointed out poor conditions at the marine exhibition in Virginia Key. It could lead to the closing of the park.
Residents are at risk of being evacuated after a 70-foot deep sinkhole keeps getting deeper this morning. In the front yard of a home near Tampa, the massive 70-foot deep sinkhole first formed. After 72 hours, it keeps getting deeper. Residents hope they don't have to evacuate, but officials are not sure if it will stop growing. Officials say sinkholes are common in this county. For now, the street is still open since there is no threat to the roadway.
We have a geotechnical engineering firm, so we're in the process of engaging them now. They'll have to come out and use their technology and their capabilities to really let us know what's going on underneath the ground.
Officials said there's no timeline on when they will begin to fill the hole because it is still active.
A sobering statistic this morning: every 4.5 minutes, a baby is born with a birth defect. That's according to the CDC. While many will go on to lead long lives, these defects are a leading cause of death for infants in the U.S. Caplin's Stephanie Calandiello has more on how the risk of birth defects can be reduced.
I feel like the wind is knocked out of you. A lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, fear of the unknown. Now you don't know what your child's life is going to look like.
DeSantis' story isn't uncommon.
1 in 33 babies is born in the United States with a birth defect.
There are many causes of birth defects, including genetic behaviors, as well as social and environmental factors. While not all defects could be prevented, some can. That's why it's critical to know your family's medical history and have healthy behaviors even before pregnancy, says Dr. Elizabeth Sherratt.
Things like smoking, alcohol, or other illicit drug use, we really need to curtail because those will be causes. And then getting into medications, what's safe and what's not safe in pregnancy.
Sherratt says those who are pregnant should also take 400 micrograms of folic acid daily, as well as prenatal vitamins to lower risks.
If you have twins or there are other family history, there may be more that you would need.
And if you do have a baby born with a birth defect, DeSantis says help is out there. Her son, now 14, is thriving.
They may look different than they did when we were pregnant or what we originally thought, our child's lives were going to look like, but you hold on to that hope.
For Caplin News, I'm Stephanie Calandriello.
2024 is starting to look like a year of technological advancements in the classroom. As Caplin's Paola Silva reports, North Carolina just became the 4th U.S. state to have a school guidebook for artificial intelligence.
EVERY stands for Evaluate, Verify, Edit, Revise, and U. These components are the Department of Public Instruction's way of not only using AI's capabilities to the fullest, but filtering its uses to not harm students and staff's learning experience. While educators are excited about its potential, they want to know more about the tool.
Artificial intelligence is kind of the latest iteration of the world changing, and so for us, it's very important that we change as well.
Tools such as ChatGPT can help students with language barriers and voice-to-text tasks, while the teachers can benefit from proofreading programs to grade assignments faster. Some districts like Asheville City Schools are yet to scratch the surface with AI, but are prepared to.
Within central office and working with our school administrators, we've been working on policy. AI is moving fast, and so it's helpful to have even more information out there.
Other systems, including Buncombe City Schools, are looking forward to diving deeper into AI's capabilities in 2024, but not without caution.
To make sure our students are able to leverage the value of artificial intelligence while protecting from temptations, cheating, and doing something they shouldn't be doing academically.
Common goal with AI isn't about its usage today. It's focused on preparing students for tomorrow.
We are charged with preparing our students for the world that they'll enter as they leave our school system. We have to make sure they're ready for that.
For Caplin News, I'm Paula Silva.
Inter Miami brings the Big Four to the Lone Star State for a preseason match.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
It gave me a platform to really share my love for my brother and to help people like him.
A university basketball player helps his younger brother with a sensory inclusive experience on the court. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
A college hooper recording a Hall of Fame assist off the court, creating an opportunity for his little brother and others like him. The University of Evansville's basketball team in Indiana may have started a tradition that could catch on across the rest of the country.
Caplin News' Zeth Leon has some more on how one of the players got this idea, thinking about his little brother.
Brantley Myers is his brother's #1 fan.
He's gonna be really famous.
The 8-year-old goes to every single University of Evansville basketball game to watch his brother Tyler Myers play. It didn't take long, though, for his older brother to realize that he had trouble sitting through some of the games.
He was having a hard time with overstimulation, and I always wanted to do something about it, and so I started doing research.
When Tyler learned that 1 in 6 people in the U.S. dealt with some sort of invisible disability, he started the nonprofit Sensory Inclusion to do something about it.
It gave me a platform to really share my love for my brother and to help people like him.
2 years later, the freshman guard is hosting the Ford Center's very first Sensory Inclusion Night, complete with dim lights and free bags with sensory-friendly gear.
I want to set a standard of normality. We want everyone to accept the individuals and be able to wear your headphones out and have your fidgets and not really think of anything of it.
Tyler's family aren't the only ones who are excited, though. Amanda Kaysen says the inclusive event makes it easier for both her sons to have a good time.
My son, if it's too loud or overwhelming, it's a little hard to get him to want to come. So it was exciting to see this. Seeing things where the community is working together to support kids that have special needs in any way whatsoever is a really cool thing to see.
The sensory-friendly game is something the team hopes to do every year. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Zeth Leon.
Today, the Florida Panthers sit at 46-28 after getting a win against the Nashville Predators. It was a defensive struggle to start the game, but each team managed to score their first goal in the second period. Heading into the third, tied, the Panthers caught fire and netted in 3 goals to pull away with the lead. Florida finished the game on top 4-1, managing to have 4 unique goal scorers and also snapped a 4-game losing streak. They return home tomorrow to face the Arizona Coyotes.
Messi and friends came up empty-handed after a trip to Texas for a preseason match against FC Dallas. Lionel Messi, Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, and recent signing Luis Suarez took the pitch for the first half. However, the star-studded crew couldn't stop Dallas, Jesus Ferreira, from firing in the only goal during the second minute of the game. It's a goose egg for the Herons with the final score of FC Dallas 1, Inter Miami 0. The team straps up for a pair of friendlies against Saudi Arabian clubs, beginning with Al Hilal next Monday. You're watching Newsbreak, and we'll be back in a moment.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father.
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward. Come together
And discover
how accepting our differences can make us stronger.
Well, that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Kenneth Bueno.
I'm Aisha Ambrister. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.